Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for taking your time after your work for a full of week, right? And joining today's session. Yeah, I know like all of us are balancing multiple things today, right? Career, family, responsibilities, future planning one side. And somewhere in between all this, we are also trying to build wealth, which is very, very crucial. And that's why we all are here today. And honestly, tell me, guys, how many of you feel investing, that is building wealth, today has become very, very confusing? You can share your views in the comment section. Let's make this particular session so interactive. This is Learning Saturday's webinar. So let us use this space to learn something from each other. How many of you feel building wealth or investing today has become very, very confusing and problematic? Okay. Yeah, I can see few comments in the comments box. Every day, there is one new market prediction, one trending mutual fund going, and one reel saying small caps will double, and another saying markets are about to crash. So today, I don't want to discuss about market noise. I don't want to discuss about market noise. I'm repeating again. I want us to discuss something very fundamental, which is going to be the reality. Because the biggest risk today is not market volatility. It is about staying invested in the wrong strategy. That is the biggest risk today as of now. And today's session is basically about one very, very simple question. Is truly built for today's market reality? Again, is our portfolio truly built for today's market reality? Is the very base question for our webinar today. So quickly think about these guys. How many of you become more aggressive in investing only during the last 2 to 5 years? Whether my voice is clear, audience? Shanmuganathan sir is mentioning that my network is a bit slow and lagging. Is my voice is audible? Now it's fine. I'm right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Tell me, guys, how many of you become more aggressive investor in last 2, 3, 5 years? Okay, you can share your views. How many of you become more aggressive investor during last 2 to 5 years range? Last 1 year only, last 4 years. Super. Last 2 years. Okay, so most investors did the same. And that's exactly why this discussion becomes very important today. And that's why we are having this particular webinar on this topic. Okay. Like what I have realized after speaking with my clients, investors, most people feel their portfolio is so good simply because their SIP has been running continuously. Like they will say my SIP is very active, returns look very decent, and so things should be fine, ma'am. So they will be saying like this, but markets don't always work like that. A portfolio can look very strong during a bull market, guys, and still can carry some hidden risks underneath. We should be very careful about that. And honestly, the last few years made many portfolios look very smarter than actually they were. So let me ask you something at this point. If I ask you right now, like, why you own a particular mutual fund? I'm not asking about what mutual fund you are holding right now. What is the reason behind holding mutual funds in your portfolio right now? Tell me in the comment section quickly, instantly, how many of you can answer this particular question instantly? Why you own a particular mutual fund in your portfolio? What's the base reason? What exact role it plays in your financial life actually? Capital appreciation and income generation, okay? China fund for hedging, okay? You can tell the base reason alone. You need not tell the exact fund names and all. You can just tell the reason. Allocation makes sense to my portfolio. Great. Okay. So what risk it carries? Do you all know? Do you all know what risk it carries? What risk the mutual funds in your portfolios carry now? Do you think whether multiple funds, mutual funds overlap in your portfolio? Diversification in the same sector. Okay. So, guys, are you able to confidently answer these questions, whatever I asked you now? Like, how many of you know the answer and can reply instantly? I asked you 3 to 4 questions. It's okay if you didn't reply in the comment section. That's completely fine. I'm talking about how many of you able to think for an answer to those questions very immediately, instantly. Actually, most investors won't. And not because they are careless, not because you are careless actually, but because investing actually slowly became very automatic. And that becomes very dangerous when market conditions start changing, guys. But portfolio strategy remains the same for you all. Now let's talk honestly about what has changed in this market. Okay, let's speak the market reality now. The last 2-3 years made aggressive investing look very easy for us. Like small caps were running, mid caps were running, thematic funds were doing very well. Almost every aggressive portfolio looked very, very smart. And because of that, actually, many investors slowly started believing maybe taking more risk is the only way to create wealth. Many of them started thinking like that. But what about today's market? What about today's market reality? Guys, we have to understand one thing. Today's market environment is very different. Very, very different. Today, we are seeing high volatility in the market. We can see very faster corrections, global uncertainties, and we can also see the sector rotation that is happening, and also mainly a stretched valuation in several areas. And another major challenge today is information overload. How many of you feel information overload is the main problem that you are facing right now? One morning YouTube, one afternoon Instagram reel, even evening one WhatsApp market expert advice, and slowly investing stops become a strategy for you, and it starts becoming reactions. How many of you feel that? Information overload is the problem that you are facing right now. And we have to understand, guys, this is where I want everyone to be very, very careful. In the excessive return risk was not punished, okay? It was not punished very severely. But this year, I'm telling you, this year may not be the same. In fact, over-aggressive positioning may now not only underperform, it can actually hurt your portfolios. It can hurt your portfolios drastically because markets moves in cycles. They don't move from overvaluation to more overvaluation forever. Am I right? How many of you accept with this point? Market don't move overvaluation forever. We all know that fact, right? Sometimes market move from excess valuation, then comes to again fair valuation, and sometimes even undervaluation. And that journey can become very uncomfortable for investors who are unprepared. It will become very, very uncomfortable. And honestly, risk becomes more visible in small cap and mid cap segments nowadays, especially for investors who increase their risk aggressively without understanding that valuations part. The problem today is not in equity investing. Okay, the problem is investing without respecting the market conditions actually. So now let us do one activity. Like, how many of you reviewed your portfolio in the last 6 months? How many of you reviewed your portfolio in the last 6 months? I don't mean checking app returns. I mean actual reviewing, that is allocation, overlapping mutual funds and rectifying that, rebalancing that, positioning and risk management. How many of you reviewed your portfolio in the last 6 months? How many of you, if you didn't review also means you just let me know in the comment box. Switching is done, not me. Okay, not reviewed, didn't review. Okay, no issues. What normally happens is one friend suggests one fund, right? And one influencer suggests another. And one app pushes a particular trending category and suddenly the portfolio has more than 5 funds. Do you agree? This happens for every investors. There will be no actual strategy and suddenly our portfolio holds more than 5 to 8 mutual funds just because of accepting the suggestions from one random friend, one random influencer. Right? Many portfolios actually today are not strategically built. That is the truth that we have to accept. They are just accumulated, and honestly, working professionals like us are not intentionally making these mistakes. We are not intentionally making these mistakes. We have to understand the reality that life becomes very busy for us, right? So investing becomes like a simple phrase, set SIP and just forget. But sometimes that forgetting also becomes a huge risk for us in later future. So this is probably the most important discussion today, risk versus reality. One major mistake every investor are making today is confusing between aggressive investing with intelligent investing. Many investors feel like, since I did not make extraordinary returns in the last 2 years, maybe I should take even more risk now. How many of you think that is the right way? Since you did not make much returns in the last 2 years, maybe you can take even more risk now. How many of you feel that way? So what I'm asking is, last 2 years, you might not have enjoyed a lot of returns, extraordinary returns in the last 2, 3 years. So you feel like taking even more risk to create your wealth, to build your wealth, to create more returns. How many of you feel that way? Okay. Okay. So I can see one reply, but yeah, that's quite natural. That's the feel we get automatically, right? Okay, but markets don't compensate investors emotionally. It will not compensate the emotional feeling of investors. They don't say like you missed returns earlier, so let me reward you. No, market will not act in that way. Okay. So in fact, sometimes investors increase risk exactly when market is becoming very less forgiving. So, and today, certain segments are already trading far above their historical comfort zones. So, if correction happen, that is sharpened than investors' expectation. This is very obvious. If correction is going to happen, if the downside is going to happen, there may be sharper downfall for the investors than how they expected. Even diversified portfolios are not automatically safe anymore, because if a multi-cap portfolio, okay, if a multi-cap portfolio has big, large allocation and both mid-caps and small caps correct together, where is the defense? And in the flexi-cap funds, everything depends on how responsibly the fund manager is positioned. Am I right? So today, category section alone is not enough, and fund level understanding matters the most. And one important thing, risk is not volatility alone. I already said this. Risk is not about a volatility alone. Risk is failing your future goals, your future life goals. That is the real risk. We used to use this word goal-based investing, goal-based allocation frequently in our M2W webinars. Right? So, yeah. Let me ask you something now. How many investors, how many of you build portfolios based mainly on returns here? How many of you have built your portfolios based mainly giving priority on returns alone here, not based on your future life goals? How many of you build your portfolio based mainly, at least giving a slight edge priority to returns? Almost everyone initially does, right? But we have to understand one reality, one fact. A healthy portfolio is not about building only on returns, not built only for growth. It should also protect our stability, our liquidity, our flexibility, and the emotional peace. Okay. A good portfolio should balance our growth, okay, balance our stability, liquidity, and future opportunities, right? So risk. Next is, yeah, 1 second, guys. And one more important mistake we tend to make today is this: risk appetite and risk capacity are not the same. We tend to forget that point. See, you may emotionally want aggressive returns, I understand, but financially, your responsibilities may not allow extreme risk. We have to understand this definitely. And today, especially, investors need to consciously build slightly more defensive positioning. Right? The recent market rally should actually be viewed as an opportunity, guys, now, almost like a second chance for investors who did not rebalance earlier. Sometimes reducing risk intelligently is also important. It is more powerful than chasing extra returns. Okay. So now let's make this very relatable. Imagine two professionals, okay? Same salary, same investing period, same market. So investor A, okay, he is a person who invests emotionally, random SIPs here and there. He used to do trend-based investing. He will not review his portfolio. And he also holds high-risk categories everywhere in his portfolio. And if we see investor B, the second person, this person invests very differently. He knows the clear goals. Goals means here what? The life goals. I want 15 lakhs for my kids' education in next 10 years. This is how a goal should be. Like he holds the clear goals. He do the periodic review and he do the allocation in a very balanced manner and understand the market cycle and avoid emotional investing. So now when market becomes volatile, who feels more confident? You tell me. Investor A or investor B? Investor B, right? Because I'm telling the crux again, the most important point, wealth creation is not just about returns. It's not just about returns. The process, the from the investing starting point till the destination, the process is something that creates wealth. Okay. And discipline actually protects our wealth during difficult market phase. And one thing I feel like everyone should understand is market corrections. See, corrections are very normal in market cycles. Market cannot move upward forever. Corrections are healthy. Okay, they reset the excess valuations. As I said earlier, we can't expect overvaluation to move forward with further overvaluation. So it will come like overvaluation, fair valuation, again undervaluation. This is how market cycle move. So they create opportunity for us. Okay, so but what destroys our wealth is usually our panic. So have you noticed this, guys? When markets are very high, people want to invest very aggressively. And when markets fall, people suddenly become afraid. How many of you do that? When markets are high, you start investing aggressively. Who do that? Let's be honest. You can let me know in the comment section. How many of you aggressively start investing when the markets are in high position? Or the vice versa, when market falls, you start selling. No, okay. That's great actually. But unfortunately, what happens is some investors often increase risk, okay, by near expensive valuations and reduce investments near better opportunities. So wealth creation often happens during this uncomfortable periods. We have to understand that. So corrections are not the enemy. Okay, we have to understand this. But unprepared portfolios are our enemy. We should not get afraid by seeing the market corrections. We should get afraid by having an unprepared portfolio for us. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. Yeah, this is the most important slide. Now the important question, what actually makes a portfolio look very strong today? We have to understand one thing, guys. See, the portfolio See, it's not about the portfolio that we hold right now. Okay, it should not be necessarily very strong. Okay. So guys, a strong portfolio means it need not to be very aggressive always, like right? It's a portfolio. The portfolio should be with very clarity, with very clear goals, and the structure and the quality of mutual fund you hold is very important, and the discipline that you maintain. Okay, discipline is something very important, and the level of risk should also be controlled in your portfolio. So good portfolios usually have what, like the clear goals. As I gave an example before, the goal should be specific, it should hold a purpose, and it should hold a timeline. And the diversification is mandatory in your mutual fund. And the quality of mutual fund is something again important. Okay. And whenever you feel the mutual funds are overlapping each other in the same sector, to try rebalancing that timely, and also align with your cash flow. Cash flow means that is your net savings after all the expenses from your income. Try to align it with your investment journey. Okay. I usually used to tell my clients that we usually do a calculation. Okay. We usually follow an equation. What we do, after income minus expense is equal to savings, right? But try to change that equation. Make income minus savings is equal to expenses. I'm not asking you to avoid all the rigid expenses like EMIs, insurance premium, but try to make savings for your investments a mandate one, at least 10 to 20% of your income. And honestly, sometimes safety itself becomes a strategy, and protecting capital during difficult cycles again creates some future opportunity, guys. Yes, identifying needs and wants is very important. So, yeah, we have already conducted a webinar on budgeting in M2W. You can view in YouTube also. So, budgeting talks about needs and wants very clearly and deeply. So, you can view there also in the YouTube. Yeah, now I want everyone here to pause for a moment, okay? And ask yourself these questions honestly. Let's start. Okay. Why did you choose the funds that you hold right now? I have asked this earlier also, but think of it. This is just a self-analysis session. Why did you, if you are doing investing by your own, investments by your own, or using investment advisor also, why did you choose the funds that you're currently having? Let's this be a self-analysis session for us to correct ourselves, because yeah, because when we analyze ourselves, when we analyze our approach, we can actually redirect our energy from the place where we are actually having the problem, and we can redirect that to the place that we actually want to go. Okay, good valuation. Okay. So now answer this question. What happens if markets correct themselves? That is negative 20%, negative 25% from here. What do you do the next moment? Have to top up more. Okay. Lump sum. That time I will invest more. Great, great, great. Okay. So are you guys investing with purpose, meaning goal? Are you guys doing goal-based investing? Or you just simply continuing the existing SIPs? How many of you are doing goal-based investing? Goal. Financial goals. It may be for your retirement or children educational expense or for your personal development. Okay, goal-based investing. Okay, okay. And one more important question. How many of you reviewed your portfolio recently? How many of you, I have asked this with some professional advice, how many of you reviewed your portfolio professionally? Okay. So guys, from this, what we have to understand is sometimes one honest professional review can prevent years of avoidable mistakes. Okay. So yeah. So I wanted to have this particular self-analysis slide. Yeah. Now let's move forward to the next slide. Okay. Now, okay. And I also want to tell you one thing. See, now when people hear portfolio, they sometimes think it means changing funds frequently. That's not the goal about portfolio. Okay. It's about a proper review, and that helps identify like unnecessary risk or fund overlap, as I said already, and to avoid imbalance, and also to make the valuation exposure slightly low and to avoid the goal mismatch and all. And here comes our yeah, here comes our M2W framework. This is something very important that investors actually slowly realize over time. Most people begin their wealth journey with SIPs, and honestly, that's a very good start. But after a few years, many investors also start feeling something like my SIPs are running, but where exactly is this entire journey heading? Because SIP alone is not a complete wealth strategy. Am I right? So yeah, we should understand it's a tool, that's all. But long-term wealth creation requires, as I said, it needs structure, it needs clarity, and it needs or goal alignment, everything. And that is exactly where our M2W tries to bridge the gap. Okay. We help investors move from simple investing to building a very structured wealth system. So this journey you see here in this particular slide is not just about investment amounts. It actually represents our progression, like in discipline, the maturity level that we have in handling our finance, the confidence and the long-term wealth building. You can see from 2 lakhs to 1 crore. So it's a long-term building. See, because ultimately, wealth creation is not about randomly accumulating investments. Am I right? It's about building a system that actually supports your future goals very consistently. Okay. And at M2W, talking about our philosophy, it's very simple. We are not trying to chase any hype here. I'm telling you frankly, we are not going to chase any hype, or we are not going to tell you all any fantasy story about investing, which many of them used to do in social media. We are not going to do that. We are just going to try to build you some sustainable wealth, because we strongly believe discipline matters, okay? And positioning matters for us most, and safety. Safety is another most important thing that we consider, and our investor behavior matters a lot. So because even good investments fail when emotion control decisions. Okay. And how we at M2W help you. So how do we practically help our investor? let me say, like at M2W, we focus on, as I said, simplifying investments for our professionals, working professionals, business people, and all. We help them through personalized portfolio reviews, which I was discussing to you all through the whole webinar, how portfolio reviews are very important. And then we do goal-based planning also. And we do strategic fund selection for our investors. And also we take care of the risk management part by rebalancing, by giving rebalancing support. And we also do behavioral guidance during the market volatility period. Because honestly, people should spend more time focusing on life and career, and they should not constantly worry about market. So that becomes our main concern. And one thing we strongly believe is wealth management should not feel very complicated. It should feel very structured and supported and very disciplined. And also, as I said, it should be very long term. So our goal, our main goal is not just investment management, and but we try to create a complete wealth support ecosystem for you all through M2W. And these are the exclusive features of M2W. Whatever I told you now has been given here. You can have a look on the slide. And yeah, we all should understand one thing. It's not about how much we invest, right? It's about whether it leads us somewhere, meaning whether it helps us to achieve our life's financial goals actually. So that is the main goal of investing. So thank you everyone once again.